Hi guys, this is Caroline from Ideal Clients Daily, and I'm going to be going over the common mistakes that people make on their squeeze page, landing page, email opt-in page, whatever you prefer to call it. But those common mistakes that stop you from getting that conversion, that email opt-in, and stop you from building your list. Right. Well, mistake number one, I would say that would be having too many distractions on your landing page. So a true landing page has one action that you can perform, and that is to hand over your email address, or if not, leave. All right. And unfortunately, a lot of people, they pack their landing pages, or they're no longer landing pages. They really look like website pages, right, with lots of different links, and then it just happens to have an email opt-in on it. So I see landing pages with a header, with navigation, a footer, with blog posts and other things that you can do, different places that you can go on the site. I see too many links on there, spinning off to different articles. I see all that kind of stuff. And when you add those things, even though the page may look great, you have diluted your chance of getting an opt-in because there's too many distractions and there's too many places for people to exit out to, even if they don't mean to, right? You just get caught up on a rabbit trail and then off we go. And so you need to remove those distractions if you want to increase your chances of getting that opt-in. Another thing that people don't do is put an exit pop on their landing page, attach an exit pop to their landing page. Now, what is an exit pop? A lot of people don't like them. When you're signaling to the browser that you're about to leave that page, an exit pop will pop up, and it will have a message, something like this: "Hey, you're about to leave," or "Whoa, before you go, right? You've got one more chance to opt in." And even though people say they're annoying, they do increase conversions. And so, where possible, consider putting that in there, right? Another common mistake that's often made is people giving just too much value on their landing pages. And I know that, you can never give too much value, right? But you can give too much value too early on. And that's what happens. A lot of landing pages have so much text on it. And these days, people are skimmers and scammers and not readers, right? And so often that, if they've just ran into your brand and they're on your landing page, they don't know who you are, and they're not going to spend a lot of time reading through copious amounts of text. So therefore, don't put it on there because it's very distracting. It takes them away from actually what you want them to do, which is opt in into that form. And again, you don't get that conversion. So go light on the text, go light on the value on the landing page. You literally need to have a headline, a sub-headline, maybe 3 benefits, and then the form, and maybe a piece of social proof. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to put the whole 5 volumes of the Encyclopedia Britannica on there. No need to do that. Okay, guys? All right. Next, the big reason, right? This is one of the reasons I feel that many people don't get opt-ins, regardless of what I just said before. It's because there is no curiosity on the landing page. The messaging is very predictable. There's no curiosity. There is no open, and there's no open hook. Therefore, people don't feel compelled to click because they feel that they know it all already, or they understand what you're going to be revealing, and therefore there's nothing that's enticing them to move forward, to discover or close the loop to the open loop that you've created on the landing page. And that is so important, guys. Messaging is everything when it comes to building a high converting landing page and getting people to opt in. You really don't want to give everything away in your message. Leave something to their imagination. Keep them guessing. And if you're going to if you're going to have an open hook, you ask a question. For instance, you can ask a question, and the answer to the question lies on the other side of opting into that form, and it compels them to opt in. Okay, so make sure that you've got a headline that pops. It should literally snatch my wig off and leave me for dead, right? It really has to drive my curiosity up. It has to kind of it has to compel me to want to find out what you're talking about. I need closure, right? Play on human psychology that just loves closure. We don't like to have unanswered questions. And so that's what you should be playing on with your messaging and your message hook on your landing page. So for instance, if you're going to ask an open-ended question, make sure that you're doing it in a way that people need to pursue the answer. So basically, are you getting the leads you desire? No? Well, opt in to find out the answer to why this isn't happening. Something like that, right? Now you are compelled to, find out why it's not happening, and you're going to opt in, right? Really simple, really effective, okay? And a lot of people don't do this. In a message headline, they give it all away. They tell me exactly what the answer is, right? Nothing left to my imagination. All right. And then another issue is that, again, we don't sell the opt-in. So in that message hook, make sure that you're selling the opt-in and you're not trying to sell what happens beyond the opt-in. We only need to be one step at a time in our conversions. So again, a lot of times we try and overdo it on the landing page, and we're really selling what we're going to be giving them on the other side of the landing page, right? What's going on with the lead magnet? No, just on the other side of the landing page, beyond the lead magnet. Sell them the lead magnet, guys. That's all you're doing. You're trying to get one micro conversion at a time, right? Every conversion will take care of itself, right? So just do that. Another issue, and I know this might be a problem for people starting out who haven't got a list or who don't have authority, but there's no social proof, right? So you have to back up your claims. You have to, you have to explain, right? I mean, I don't mean that you actually literally have to explain, but there has to be a reason why somebody should believe you or see you as an authority, or, feel that the content that you're giving them is accurate, right? What makes you qualified to give this information to help that person in that way? And so you need social proof. There's different ways to include social proof. You could have a quote from an industry expert. You could have a logo ribbon of places that are familiar to your ideal client that you've been featured in, or you've written for, or you've worked with. Anything like that helps. Social proof is really a big driving factor to getting that opt-in. And so I've seen very plain landing pages with just a few elements and maybe just free testimonials or free quotes from somebody who makes a difference, right? So social proof is important. And if you don't have it, right, there's different ways to get social proof, even if you're just starting out. So it doesn't have to be loads and loads of different testimonials, but you do need something to back up a claim, all right? Another thing that's missing is urgency. A lot of us are lastminute.com, and we don't do things unless we have a compelling reason or if we're pushed into it, right? And so urgency is a big factor that determines conversions. And on a landing page, there's not many ways to do it, right? But a great way to do it is just to add a countdown timer anywhere on your land. And where are you counting down to? I don't know, it doesn't matter, right? But just the presence of a countdown timer will add urgency, and will trick that psyche into getting someone to opt in. I see this issue a lot of times, and it really irks me because, right, just think logically. If you place a video on a landing page and the person knows nothing about you, say you're targeting cold traffic with this landing page, they're not familiar with you as a personal, as the ambassador of your brand, they're not familiar with you as as an influencer, as an authority, first time that they've met you, and then you have a long video on your landing page talking about me. You are really not going to get that opt-in. First of all, there is no brand recognition right there and then, so the video really doesn't add anything to it. So don't put videos on your landing page. They're very distracting. You can put videos beyond the landing page on a thank you page or on a sales page or on a VSL. I would not put them on a opt-in landing page because they are very distracting and they do not add to your credibility or authority at that point, because the person doesn't know who you are. Okay. But what I do feel that really needs to go on landing pages is a great visual of whatever you're giving them. So for instance, if you were giving them a PDF cheat sheet, then I would have a great visual, a graphic, an image of like the cheat sheet. If it's a few pages stacked on each other so that they can actually see, right? So they say a picture speaks more than a million words. Well, it's actually true here. If you've got, if you're giving away a free like an ebook, you know, a mock-up, product mock-up of an ebook works wonders. Just give a visual to what you were giving away. So straight away, those senses can just say yes by just looking at the page and seeing what you're going to give away, a mock-up of what you're going to give away. Even if it's not the exact thing, right? Just give some semblance of what you're giving away. So it could be some forms stacked on top of each other. It could be, if it was even if it was an audio course, right? It could be a mock-up of an iPhone with an audio course in it. Those are really good, but just communicate that through images and graphics. And so I think I've gone through the most prominent things. Of course, there's so many other things that we do, and everything is subject to testing, right? Because there's so many different variables that go into it. Things might be slightly different for different markets or audiences, right? It depends. Things change depending on whether you're targeting cold traffic, warm traffic, or hot traffic. But these generally are the common mistakes that will stop you from getting that email and building your email list. And so go away, audit your, do a quick audit, like a 5-minute audit of your landing pages, and just go and see if you've got any of these faux pas on your page and just remove them and add the tips that I've just spoken about. And I'm sure that your conversion rate will go up. Well, that's all I've got for now, and I will talk to you soon.